Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be going over all of the top teams for Illucia in the endless difficulty for this week. Let's go ahead and begin with the most free-to-play friendly team from Hyacinth. This is going up to 210 billion damage. Real Frester in front of Sonya, Illusion in front of Mikola, Sonya buffing up Sinbad and Mikola, Kruger in the right corner with the Blade Ring spell. Let's go ahead and do a run of this team. So for this team specifically, you will want to have charms on Sonya, Sinbad, and maybe even Fresto, who's already going to be important to get charms on for the Primal Lord. So those are the big three I would try to get charms on for today for Illucia if you're running this team. But if you're running some of the other teams, there are some that use both Sinbad and Sonya. But there are also some, which are the Heroic teams, which do not use necessarily both of those two. So we'll talk about the most important charms for each of the teams that we're running. But for this team, it is Sinbad, Sonya, and then also Fresto. So looking at this right here, 218 billion damage, 3 seconds left, almost 219 billion damage. Which is really, this is pretty crazy. I think this score is really high for a very kind of free-to-play friendly team. But of course, this is the maxed out account potential with the charms on Sinbad, charms on Sonya, Fresto. This is the maximum potential of this team. But this is going to put it into the top 14 position. If we take a look at the top leaderboards, it is going to be 236 billion damage. And in fact, 237 billion damage for my district, which we're going to be competing with. Okay, moving on. We now have the next team, which is going to be from Frosty. This can hit up to 219 billion damage. Pink Twin on the right, Blue Twin on the left. Kruger in front of Sonya. Sonya buffing up Sinbad and Velara. With the Blade Ring spell. You could try it if your Velara is at lower Ascension to see if it works. I'm not sure if it does. But this was one of the top teams in the previous week. And actually, I think I can just boost up the levels of my Sonya and Sinbad just to optimize this a bit further. Let's go ahead and boost up Velara's levels as well while we're at it. Okay, now we're going to begin doing skip runs. Let's see what we can get with this team, Frosty's team. 219 billion damage flat, which is actually really close to the free-to-play version, which didn't have the twins, it didn't have Velara. So both of the teams are great options, basically. Okay, so moving on, we have a team from Orion, which can hit up to 221 billion damage. Blue Twin on the right, Pink Twin on the left, Rainier in front of the Sonya, Sonya and Sinbad on the Stellar Bond, and then Velara in the back behind Sinbad. With the Blade Ring spell, I have the charms upgraded on 4 heroes here, but really, Rainier charms and Twins charms, they're not actually that important. Other than in one of the comps today, Rainier charms are important, and I'll talk about it when we get to there. So 222 billion damage with this team, and again, you do not need to have the charms on Rainier or Twins because they do not increase your team's damage output, apart from a few really unique circumstances. Okay, so but for this team, it is not needed, but the other ones you should have, which are Velara, Sonya, and the Sinbad. Okay, moving on to Jonathan and Prince's team. This can hit up to 222 billion damage. Blue Twin on the right, Pink Twin on the left, Sonya and Sinbad on the Stellar Bond, Mikola buffing up by Sonya, and then Kruger in the lower left corner with the Blade Ring spell. This is a very good team. Again, fairly budget friendly, just using the twins and other heroes which you probably have built up, and it can get a really good score. So let's see, we do get a new record, but 222 billion, very close to the previous team that we just ran with Rainier. So both of these are kind of like neck and neck. Depending on which heroes you have, you can run one or the other. Okay, now we have the two top teams of today, but they are going to be Heroic teams because Heroic is dominating in Illucia. He is in the best teams right now for this phase and levels that we are at. And so Truong's team can hit up to 233 billion damage, but it doesn't have Rainier. So if for whatever reason you don't have Rainier, but you have Fresto, you have Heroic, Heroic probably needs to be Supreme Plus, honestly. Illusion Fresto in front of Real Fresto in front of Heroic, Pink Twin on the right, Blue Twin on the left, Sinbad and Heroic on the Stellar Bond, Kruger in the upper left-hand corner with the Blade Ring spell. You do definitely want to get the charms onto Heroic, Sinbad, and Fresto if you're running this team. Those are the 3 ones you definitely want to get the charms and also probably refine them. And let me go ahead and just boost up the levels of a couple of heroes here. We can boost up Fresto, boost up Heroic, because Fresto's damage won't be really high here, but because now we are at an endless stage, we are going to be dealing like more damage with Fresto than ever before. So 232 billion damage on the first run. Okay, Fresto hardly did any damage, so you could just replace him for the Kruger. Yeah, Kruger does more damage. So 232 billion damage, not bad. There could be a little bit of RNG. There always kind of is with the Heroic teams. The maximum report of today is 233 billion damage, and I think with like a higher upgraded Kruger than on my account, you could definitely do that because my Kruger is a bit lagging behind, and you guys saw that Kruger did contribute a bit of damage. Okay, now the final team, the best team of today is from Cheetos. This is the most pay-to-win team, but it is a top team that can hit up to 236 billion damage, or even 237, as you saw in my district. Now, for this team, you need to have Rainier Charms upgraded. Why is that? So Rainier's Charm upgrade to Legendary is kind of unique. It doesn't boost your damage output unless you can defeat a non-summoned enemy. It increases their attack by a further 15% to the ally who he's boosting. So Heroic is actually always going to get value of these legendary charms, because even if you can't eat anyone on the enemy team, you're going to eat your own team, and that is going to give him a 15% bonus attack. So like definitely then legendary charms on Rainier are important when you're combining him with the Heroic to boost up the Heroic further. So that is important. Other charms, definitely Fresto, Heroic, maybe even Kruger if you can. Twins charms, not important because they're defensive. So Pink Twin on the right, Blue Twin on the left, only buffing up Heroic with the Stellar Bond. Rainier in front of Heroic, Real Forester in front of the Pink Twin, Illusion in front of the Rainier, and then you have Kruger in the upper right corner with the Blade Ring spell. Okay, so we have learned that the key heroes to boost here are probably Fresto, Heroic, and Kruger, because Rainier and Twins are only purely support. So let's go ahead and boost up Kruger as well. Not that this is going to make a massive difference. And see what we can get. 236 billion damage would be amazing if we could hit that. We actually hit that. Yeah, I'm stopping there because 237 billion damage, I believe it would be out of my reach. This was really good because look at the Kruger's damage output. Because whenever you see a hero dealing decent amount of damage, then if I had like his plus 20 exclusive equipment, if I had him Paragon 4, maybe if I even had his charms crafted, it is going to contribute a lot to the score of this team, maybe an extra 1 to 2 billion damage, right? But because I don't have that, I think really 236 billion damage is probably my limit. Okay guys, I was editing my video and then I found another team that was shared by Never Talk, which is basically taking the Heroic team and just swapping out Heroic for Sinbad in the same position, and even at a Supreme Plus level of account, it was hitting 220 billion damage, which I think may make this one of the top teams. So I want to do a run of this team as well before we like actually upload the video. Rainier in front of Sinbad, Pink Twin on the right, Blue Twin on the left, only buffing up the Sinbad. You have Kruger on the right, Real Forester in front of the Pink Twin, Illusion in front of Rainier. And then you have the Blade Ring spell. Key heroes for Charms, Fresto, Sinbad are going to be the main ones. In this team, Rainier does not need to have his legendary charms because Sinbad is not going to be killing anyone. 222 billion damage. Okay, so for my account, it got 222 billion damage. Okay, guys, there's another team, but I promise this is the last one. This is from Marsh and Frosty. It is a no Heroic team, no Rainier team. Real Fresto in front of Velara, Illusion in front of Sinbad, Sonya and Sinbad on the Stellar Bond, Blue Twin on the right, Pink Twin on the left. Try to have the charms on, ideally, all of the 4 heroes here. The twins probably don't matter as much with the Blade Ring spell. I boosted the levels of Velara, Sonya, and Sinbad, so we're gonna get like a maximum value test. This is also getting 222 billion damage for me, but even at Supreme Plus level, there are people who are hitting 221 billion damage with this team. So it's just another team option to try. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Good luck getting a top score today. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. Also, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. And finally, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Firelight store. There is a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. This is the best way you can support me at no extra cost to you. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.